Hello and a very good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us today. If this is your first delve into Crafters TV, welcome. If you've been with us all the day, thank you. And hasn't it been a fun day, packed full of entertainment, education, demonstration, inspiration, perspiration, and all the other shins. It has been. It has been a really fun day, and we round off your Wednesday with Creative Cravings, and this is going to be such a great show tonight. We have got the Watercolor Christmas collection back. Wow, this is one of the biggest collections, and actually one of the biggest selling collections of the year so far. If you haven't managed to get your hands on it, or maybe you've already got various components, we'll give you the chance to do that this evening. We're also going to be looking at the brush lettering stamps for you as well, which proved very popular this morning on Wake Up Call. We've got numbers on the show for you as well, and we have got a hero tool, which is all about storage in the totally Tiffany range. It is not just little old me though with you over the course of the next couple of hours. Can you imagine the carnage that would ensue? Thankfully, we have got the lovely, and she's been with me all day, and I think I'm right in saying we've had a great, I've had a great time. I don't know if you have, Jan. Have you had a good time so far today?
I love it, honestly. You know I do. I love all the demo inside of it. So I'm not so hot on the presenting. I'll leave that to you guys that do it best. But I do try my best. But put me over here with the craft stuff. I'm absolutely fine. I'm in my element. Yes. So glad to be back. It's been nice to work with you all day, Ben. We've been so long without a show together. Yeah. And then we did the craft vault on Sunday. And then we've had a whole day together. So yeah, I feel as if we're making up for lost time.
Absolutely right we are. We are live and interactive for the next hour and 58 minutes, not that I'm counting. That sounds like a wish in time, isn't it? Only an hour and 58. You can get in touch with us on Facebook and also YouTube if you've got any comments or questions during the show. Must say hello to Alexia from Florida, Lakieta's in from Kentucky, Betty's in from Oklahoma, and Jutta says hi Jan, Ben and the CTV team from Germany. Guten Abend, Jutta. Thank you for joining us. And Jan, I think you've got a few sort of finished samples to kind of whet our appetite as to what's coming up over the next couple of hours.
Yeah, just of the collections that we've got on the show tonight. So again, we've got that gorgeous watercolour Christmas. If you tuned in this morning, we did a little bit of colouring with the snowman on the Wake Up Call show this morning. But yeah, just to give you an idea of some of the things that you might want to do. So this one's got that little tunnel domed effect on there, just to pop him in the back using some of the nesting dies in there. It may be that we do use those die cut trees there. They've all been decorated, look absolutely gorgeous, and then elements from any of your paper pads really. You know, it doesn't have to be the watercolour Christmas. I know the paper pads are always the first thing to sell out. Yeah. Look at that. I think that one is stunning, isn't it? So the die for this one is just half of this snowflake, but by doubling it up and cutting it again on the other side, you're creating that beautiful effect, and again with the acetate in there just to make that dome front. So that's our watercolour Christmas, just a few from that one. We've also got those brush lettering stamps on the show, so I thought I'd just dig a few of those out for you to have a look at. So thank you so very much there, teaming it with all the different papers that you may have got in your stash, using the inks to, this one's been done in a two-tone. I quite like that, how it's faded from the pink into the orangey tone and then stamped through the middle. We've got Christmas versions of those as well. So we've got Christmas wishes, and again, you know, trying to show you different ideas. This has been stamped 3 times, and then just the wishes pop through the centre there, just to give it a different look. And then, you know, taking it into those darker colours. I think that one's got quite a dramatic feel to it. Thinking of you there. So again, brush lettering coming up. We've got demos with those, and then I've not seen these for a while, but these are a really, really good staple again to have in your stash. It's sort of anything to do with numbers or alphabets. I think you're onto a winner. Yeah. Because we always have celebrations that involve numbers, and as far as the alphabets, you know, you've got things where you can personalise things, but this one really caught my eye because it's actually got little tiny, I'll put it this way so that the guys can have a look overhead, it's got little tiny ladybugs inside it, look, as the shaker element.
Little what?
Little ladybugs in there.
Oh, that's super cute.
How cute is that? So it's been raised up on the foam and done as a shaker, but instead of putting the sequins in, she's got the little ladybugs. I think that is really, really nice. I like that. Doesn't say who's made it, but whoever did, I love that idea.
Great idea.
But again, you know, it might be a single number celebration. It might be a double. So we're going to show you how to do the single numbers. I'm also going to show you how to make the shape cards like this. This one's obviously 18th. We're going to do a 21st card later on in the show. And then again, you know, just taking it a little bit further, you know, if we reach the ripe old age of, you know, you can do any, but this one's actually made to stand up to make it like an easel. So again, using those numbers individually and popping them onto the cardstock to stand them up, you can literally do any number. So it's like you go to the shops and it's easy to buy 16, 18, 21st, that kind of thing. But when you get to a number that's not well, I was going to say a landmark, but maybe that's not the right word. It's not a milestone. Thank you, Adam. That's a better word, isn't it? Was it Adam or
that was Johnny, I think.
Do you know they sound alike when they're in my ear? Honestly, they do.
They sound nothing alike in real life.
So yeah, when it's not a milestone birthday, that's exactly the word I was looking for. You know, you can actually put together whatever you fancy. I know a friend of mine that I know through social media, her nan was 100 this week.
Wow.
And I just think, you know, fancy being able to, I've not seen many cards in the stores that have got 100 on, but fancy being able to make your own to celebrate such a great event. But yeah, loads coming up for you in the show, Ben.
Yeah, lots to get thinking about, and we're going to kick off with the Watercolor Christmas collection. This is phenomenal, and I'll go through the boards for you a little bit later on, but basically a massive collection which includes stamps. You've got beautiful dies within this collection. Also lovely that we're giving you vellum, we're giving you acetate. You've got your faux snow included in here too, as well as you saw a brief glimpse of that amazing statement snowflake. That's included in there, but there's really cool die and stamp sets as well, so you can stamp out your images and cut them out. You've even got in there a selection of your tricolour pens too in the frozen forest colours. It is just a huge collection. Normally £141 or $182. Everyone saves $28.37 or $36.44. Tonight, if you're a platinum member, £90.77 or $116.60. Of course, if you've already bought various elements of this collection and you decide that you want to maybe go individually or build your own bundle, you've got the ability to do that as well. Maybe you need to stock up on some of the acetate or the vellum, or maybe, I've got a feeling that the faux snow is going to be very popular individually, and also those tricolour pens. If you want to go individually, you can, but do be quick because I have a feeling it's going to be a busy show. As always, any questions, send them my way and we will get those answered through the show. Any comments as well, you can send those in to us and we'll make it a nice interactive evening. Let's get cracking though, and we are going to start off with this bundle. I mean, where on earth do you start with a bundle like this?
Honestly, there's so much to choose from, and you know, sort of our demo time is restricted to a certain extent here, as opposed to being able to sit and craft at home. So it's a case of which bits can I use and fit into a demo. So again, wanted to try and show you something different. So I'm going to use the snowflake dimensional set, and we're going to cut the snowflakes, but we're going to make our own sort of faux embossing with it. So I thought it'd be a nice one to show you. So this one, I love this. I think snowflakes are the equivalent, the winter's equivalent of a butterfly or a flower. So you know, when you're making Christmas cards, the decoration on there is a snowflake on your card. So you've got a good selection here, and they will all layer up and work together, or you can use them individually, however you want to do them. So I need to cut a couple more for my design. So I've cut some of them already, but I just want to pop some more. And again, I'm just going to layer them all up on here and pop them all through the Gemini in one go. So we'll go for some of these smaller ones and fill up the page and see how many that I actually need for my demo. So I'm going to stick them down so that the minute I pick them up, they're not going to fly off anywhere. So again, as long as your dies aren't touching each other, you can pop as many as you want onto your piece of cardstock there. So again, I'm just going to make sure that they're all spread out nicely and they're not in contact. If you get dies too close together and they actually move while they're in the machine and lay on the top of each other, that's probably the only way that you can actually damage your metal work. So again, I'm going to bring the junior plates in there. I'm going to pop that one on just at a slight angle so that the rollers are coming at it from a corner rather than straight onto the card. I'm going to put both my plastic and magnetic shim in there, and then the top plate, and we'll pass that through the Gemini. Now I've actually done one set of these already, and I've popped them through my sticky machine, my Xyron, which I know quite a few of you have got out there. And it's something that it's a case of buy it when you see it, because it never seems to stay in stock very long. But I just wanted to show you a trick, and again, it's something that I do get asked quite a lot. So what I've done is I've put mine through my sticky machine, and I've not done anything else with it, so I don't know whether you can just pick up that the snowflakes are inside there. Yeah, so sometimes I get asked about the fact that when you take the carrier sheet off, you get lots of stringy glue bits.
Oh, okay.
The best way to get rid of this is to actually pop them through your machine with the embossing piece in. So I'm literally going to pop the embossing one in, and because I've got the embossing shim in, I'm going to take out my magnetic shim, so I'm going to omit that one and just put the plastic shim. And if you run this through the machine, what it does, the pressure sort of takes away the fact that you've got any of those stringy glue bits. So when we actually take this carrier sheet off now, you'll see that it's perfectly done the trick. So what I mean by that is, it says it's a rub and peel technology, so you have to sort of rub around and break the adhesion around the shapes, which with something like this can take quite a long time. But just by passing it through your machine like this, when I take this off now, I've literally got no extra tacky bits going on. It's done the job for me. And it's a really quick way if you're using Xyron machines. You may have seen it before, but it's just a really nice way of actually getting rid of all those tacky bits. There's nothing left on there now that's sticking to me at all. So technically, if I was at home, I'd be doing the same again with this one and popping these through, but I've not brought my Xyron machine with me, so I just want to take some of these out, and then we can decide which ones we want to use. So there are release holes in all of these for you to just literally tease your die cut pieces out, and some of them are very, very delicate. That one's my favourite. I just think that is gorgeous, and I think that would quite possibly double up as a flower as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, so if you did that in red and layered it up, you know, I'm seeing a poinsettia. So yeah, you know, you could really sort of think about how to use these, but they've all got that release hole in to enable you to take them out of the die. And just remember, they are quite delicate, so just to tease them out of the die. And if I put them on here, you can see some of those gorgeous designs. So again, little bits always end up in there. So we've got 1, 2, and again, I deliberately didn't cut them all so that you could actually see how well they work. So again, just use those release holes with your pokey tool until you've got a sufficient part of the die that you can take it out there. And then I'm just going to get rid of those little pieces inside. But they always say that every snowflake is different. And there's no two the same.
Exactly.
So
right.
yeah, I mean, we are actually doubling up on these, but yeah, all the designs here are something slightly different look. And as I say, they're all made so that they will layer up again. So you can start thinking about, well, I might actually like to put that one and that one together. You know, you could cut these in different colours, cut them out of your glitter card, out of your mirror card, that kind of thing. I've deliberately left them all white because I'm going to do something else with them in a second. You know me, I like to sort of have a look at what else we can do with them.
Absolutely.
So there we go. Those are the ones that I've just cut. I'll clear all those to one side and then just get rid of all those little bits. And then what I'm going to do is bring in a second piece of card, and it's just stamping card that I'm using. All right, and I've cut this to the size of my project that I want to make. And what we're going to do is we're going to create the effect that we've got a snowflake embossing folder, but we're going to make our own raised elements by using these designs. So again, just to release them off that sticky sheet, again, just be mindful that there are a lot of little pieces on those, so be gentle with them. The largest one, I'm just going to cut in half so that I can use it in 2 pieces. All right, because I like when I'm doing this kind of a design, I want to sort of go off the edge of the page as well. So I'm just going to come as if we're coming in from one side here. And as I said, the white on white's not the easiest to see, but I'm going to add some ink to it in a second, and that's where we're going to get that sort of embossed look from. So again, it doesn't matter where you want them to go, just spread them out so that you've got a bit of something all over. And remember, if you were embossing, it would actually go off the edge of the page. So some of them, I'm literally going to leave them hanging off the edge so that we've just got a part of the snowflake there. And then fill up the design. I'm going to use the sticky ones first. So wherever you want them to go there. And then if we need any of those others to fill in the gaps, we can use the dotty tape pen. If you haven't got a Xyron, I think the dotty tape pen's probably the easiest one for these. So again, I've got some bigger areas left. So let me just grab that tape pen. And for the ones that we've just cut, I think we'll actually just use a few of the dots. So really gentle. On the back there.
Whilst you're sticking, I'll just, there's loads of messages coming through. Aisha says, good afternoon, ready for round 3 for the day with Jan and Ben. They are doing a great job today. Seconds out, round 3. Leslie says, I've got so much CC stuff coming, my USPS person and UPS driver may quit. Eek. Dee says, hello, my favourite presenter Ben and my favourite demonstrator Jan from Eastern Kentucky.
You. Thank you.
Hi Dee.
Just going back on that, I feel it necessary to explain to my DPD driver that I work for the company, because you can imagine the number of deliveries that I get in a week in order to do my prep. So there are every so often when it's a different one, I just feel it necessary. I do actually work for them, because it's embarrassing when you constantly, they're coming every day with it. There's another one for you. Oh, we were here yesterday. There's another one for you. Like, yeah, it is my work, you know. So yeah, I do sometimes feel it necessary to explain what I'm doing.
So Leslie T could actually use that excuse then,
yeah,
couldn't she? Well, I work for the company.
Yeah.
You know,
why not?
Use that one in future. With FOTT just saying, I love the watercolor Christmas bundle. I don't know the answer to this question. Jan might, Johnny might, but the domes that you got for the snow globe in the original bundle obviously flew out the door. Are those coming back in stock at any point? Does anyone know? Because I don't know the answer to that question. Sara's saying that she was going to have a look at getting them back in, but it could be a few months, is what Johnny said.
Yeah, it's usually with the signature collections, we don't restock things. It is normal practice that once it's gone, but I think with something like that, they did actually sell so quickly. I know Sara will try her best to get those back in stock for you. So we've literally got sort of, you can just see on there where we've got those snowflakes, the white on white. And then what I'm going to do is turn it over, and everywhere that there's a little bit sticking over the edge, I'm going to use the card as a guide to trim it back so that we're working on that panel that I started off with there. So just take your scissors to the edge, snip off those little pieces. And because the scissors are non-stick there, you know, you're not going to worry about it all getting gooed up on your scissors if you're using our Crafter's Companion one. So that looks okay there. All right, so we just move all those to one side, and then this is where the magic happens. We've got our panel now with the snowflakes, and then what I'm going to do is take one of my opaque pigment inks, and I've gone for a really pale pastel blue colour because I didn't want this to sort of overtake. I just want it to have that wintry feel to it, and instead of the sponges that we normally use, I'm going to go back to my brushes again. So I've just got a range of bristle brushes there, and I keep one for each colour family, and literally load up the brush like you would do a sponge. And then I'm just going to use that sort of swiping technology. So across from one side to the other. And what happens is it captures the edge of the embossing. So you can see that actually coming to life now. You can see those snowflakes starting to appear. It doesn't alter the background much. I want to keep that white. But can you see how that blue's coming out now?
Yeah.
Yep, our Adam's coming in for a close-up.
He is.
There
right in close.
So yeah, just literally one side to the other, And the brushes, unfortunately, we don't sell the brushes on our website, but you can get them on, if you just Google them online, you'll be able to find them. There's a lot of companies sell them. But I just find for this technique, it's less invasive than the sponge applicators. All I want to do really is catch the snowflakes. And I'm coming at it from all angles to make sure that I get it all the way round. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in my sponge applicator to go around the... I don't think it needs it around the edge, actually. But you can see there how we've transformed it now into what looks like an embossing folder. So it's sort of like a cheats way of making an embossing folder.
Yeah, super cute.
So, pretty much like the one that I'd already done. If I bring this one in, I've mounted this onto some silver glitter card, and I've just embellished some of those snowflakes with some little gems on there just to highlight them. Now, I did get sort of a splodgy fingerprint in here, and it did bother me, I must admit, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, but I'm going to put my sentiment over that bit, so I'm not going to start again. This one's actually better. I think I got a bit giddy with the glue on this.
Where's the splodgy fingerprint?
Just inside the...
I can't see it from here.
See it from there. I'll
no.
show
Oh,
you.
don't show, you have to show us.
I'm not afraid to show you because it's like, you know, if you've made a little mistake, and you just see inside here, I've got some extra ink where I don't want it. It's called the glue. Yeah?
Oh.
Thank you, Adam.
You'd have to really have a close look.
But you know, it's just
it
if it happens, rather than wasting the whole piece that you've done, I'm literally going to take one of the sentiments and just cover it over. So these are from the Kitters. I absolutely adore these. I love that brush lettering script. It's a little bit like the font that is on the brush lettering that we've got coming up in a demo or two. But yeah, you've got the mix and match here. So I took the happy in the block lettering and then mixed that with the holiday. So you've got sort of block lettering and then that lovely brush script on it, which gives you this kind of effect. So literally all I'm going to do now is keep it simple like that. I've made myself a 5x7 card. Okay, I've got a little panel to put inside in a second. We're going to put this one on the front. So again, just get that tape pen. Do you know, it's not playing now. I think
those tape pens have been a bit pesky today, aren't they? All running out.
You know, glues, red line tape run out. Now the tape pen's nearly on its way out. You know, I'll go back to my trusty old faithful.
While you're gluing, there's so many comments coming in. I received my snowman and penguin stamps today, says Panda Crafts. Hubby said, have you opened your parcel? I was like, yes, just some stamps, and slipped them in my stamp drawer. Sara's Creation says, good afternoon, crafty peeps. A tad late. Jan got my creativity going, making backgrounds with pigment inks. They turned out awesome.
Well, wait while you see the inks I've got for you tomorrow.
Oh yes.
Goodness. Yes.
And there's also a lot of chatter about our 16th birthday.
Oh, yeah.
A few of you chatting about a booklet.
A booklet?
A booklet. Mm-hmm. Aisha said, I'm so glad I've been invited to the party. The collections, the deals, OMG. I said that already, didn't I? Oh, some of you got a booklet, have you? You know more than me. You know more than me.
I've got a booklet.
I've not received a booklet yet.
I don't know, because obviously I left home early this morning before the mail arrived, but maybe because I'm still on as a customer, I'm wondering whether I've got a booklet. I'll have to see when I get home. We do normally create one for birthday week.
Mm.
Yeah, and it goes through all the amazing offers that we've got on.
Sara's Creation says, oh heavens, I may be in serious trouble come birthday week. I think, as far as I know, I've just got to stay tight-lipped on it, but if you guys are chatting about it, you feel free to share the information amongst yourselves, but I'm not allowed to say too much for the minute. It's in my contract, I can't talk about it for now, but if you're talking about it, I am. But if you share the secrets with each other if you know them. I'm zrup.
And then I've just cut a couple of those little baby snowflakes in the silver, in the glitter card, just because that's what we used on the background. And I'm just going to pop those on with the sentiment, just to highlight that sentiment.
That's a great line, Adam, Vision Mixer Director / Studio Manager. He says, you cannot confirm or deny anything. That's right, I can't confirm or deny anything.
Not at all.
But if it's coming.
It's more than our jobs were.
Exactly right. What's coming? Something's coming? I don't know. Is it? What's happening?
And then I've just cut a panel again, just the plain cardstock, backed it on the silver glitter card, a couple of the leftover snowflakes, because I do like to decorate the insides as well as the outside, you know, somewhere for people to write. Some people like to put an insert in their cards, that's absolutely fine. I just like to add that little bit of something that echoes the front of the card on the inside there, so that you've got a matching part. So we've got a nice space there. You might want to stamp another greeting inside, absolutely fine. But then just to show you that faux embossing technique, if I turn you that one round now, you can see
fabby.
There. We've got that lovely and very, very simple, all just using white cardstock. And then I just pulled a little bit of the silver glitter card out just to embellish with those mats and layers. So that's our watercolour collection. Just two of the elements, to be honest, from it. It's a massive, massive collection.
That's my favourite demo of the day so far.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really like that.
There you go.
You might vote for it as your demo of the show later on.
Thank
Indeed,
you.
if it wins the demo of the day, we'll have to wait and see. There's loads of comments coming through. Timothy just saying, my penguin stamps arrived today. Yay, you two are amazing at demos and presenting. Thank you, Timothy.
Oh, thank you.
I may, says Christine Mahoney, have to make some cookies for my UPS driver. There's a lot coming and seriously, he may hurt his back. Red A says, Jan, I love when you are on with Ben.
Oh,
a lot of love for Team Jan Ben.
I love when I'm on with Ben.
I love when I'm on with Jan. Thank you for the tip with the Xyron.
We all love each other.
There's a lot of love in here tonight. She says, thank you for the tip with the Xyron, for I love mine, but always bothers me with those sticky bits.
Yeah, so just use the embossing mat and it works a treat.
She says, I just love watching Jan, she's so creative. Mary says, I give my mail carrier gift cards from a famous coffee shop as a thank you for when I have a lot of packages arriving. I love how you all bribe your postmen and your gift carriers. And Christine Mahoney says, Ben, Aisha is posting about it. You can't deny it now. Posting about what? Deny what? I do not know.
Nothing.
We know nothing.
We know nothing.
I don't have a clue what you're talking about, any of you.
I had to laugh, Ben, because my husband, before he sort of semi-retired, worked for the Royal Mail over here in the UK for 24 years, bless him. And he used to come on with all sorts. People used to eat homegrown tomatoes. He used to come on with bags of toffee. He'd cut all sorts of things that is sort of, you know, his members on his walk and what have you. And he used to stop and they'd have a cup of tea waiting for him when he got to the end of the gate. It was spoiled rotten, honestly. He had a better life then than he does now than he's retired. Honestly, I don't give him any bags of tomatoes and I make him an occasional cup of tea, but he was looked after better then. So people really do like their mailman, they do.
Especially
and
when they
pay to look after them.
Exactly right, especially when they bring you all the goodies from us, you see. So there we go. Keep the comments coming through, you're making me laugh tonight. There's loads in this collection, as we've already talked about. The Build a Snowman, which we focused on a little bit more earlier on, but this is so super cute, and what I love about this collection is you got the really cute little snowman, all of the elements that you can stamp out, so you can build your own snowman and then cut him out with the dies that you've got included. That statement snowflake, as we've already touched on, is amazing. Great to pop in your cards, but I love the fact that if you cut that twice, of course, you've then got the opportunity to create that massive statement snowflake. I mean, I'm thinking that if you cut that a few times and doubled it all up, it would be a great Christmas decoration this year as well. We've then got those quirky Christmas trees included. Again, great for adding depth and dimension and backgrounds to your cards too. The 3 different types of tree with the star embellishments included there too. Then those dimensional snowflakes that we just seen in that demo. Again, you're getting plenty of metal for your money in this collection. In this little set alone there, you've got 7 of the different snowflakes that you saw, so plenty of options. And again, you can recreate the demo that Jan just showed you. On top of that, you've got your Let It Snow sentiment. Love the fact that you've got the background die to create the bubble to really help that Let It Snow pop off the page, and then you've got the corresponding stamps to go with it. Build your own Christmas woodland scene here, because then you've got all of these stamps, super cute, with all of the woodland animals. Again, with the presents, you can stamp out those baubles as well, decorate the tree, which is gorgeous. Love the joyful wishes. Again, more of these really, really beautiful woodland creatures. Love the little birdhouse, and I also love this little sign there that you can stamp your own sentiment onto, pop a little character on there should you wish. Just gorgeous. More snowmen in the winter wonderland. Again, you saw this a little bit earlier on with the little hedgehog. little robin. Is that a mouse? Big mouse. Snowflake. Sleigh. You've got sentiments in here as well. These are gorgeous. The brush sentiments. So again, you can create your own perfect Christmas sentiment with all of those within there. The embossing folders are lovely with this collection too. Love the fact that these are going to go through your mini for you as well. So your snowflake edges, just gorgeous with all of the different snowflake designs in there and the swirls. Even more within the elegant borders just going down that snowflake theme. Absolutely stunning. There's even more with this collection because you're also going to get 23 of your 3D die cut toppers. So great just to pop on your card as a little added embellishment. Always think these are quite cute as little stoppers as well for your easel cards potentially. You've also then got sheets of your acetate included. You've got your vellum included in here too, but that is not all. I just want to also bring into the picture a couple of other items which I haven't obviously got boards for because they're pens. Yes, you're going to get the tricolour pens. These are your frozen forest, and again 3 pens in there, but of course you've got 3 different colours per pen. So again, great for doing your blending, great for doing colouring of all of the different characters that you've got in this collection. Also on top of that, something that I haven't got boards for are the dies to be able to create your elegant snow globe. Of course, as we said, we don't have the domes currently, but you may already have some of those in your craft room. We will try and get those back. However, it is nice just to have this set to be able to create your own little snow globe to pop onto your card. And then on top of that, I won't grab it because I know what I'm like. As I stretch, I'll probably knock the whole thing over. Not going to do it, Adam. Don't do it, me. We've got the faux snow. No, where is it? Where is it? There it is. The faux snow. That's it. I can't see back to front upside down. The faux snow. Why am I saying like that? Faux snow is in. Faux snow. He's back. It's also, don't get me started on that again. It's also included in this collection £90.77 platinum or $116.60. If you're going for this, of course, tonight as a customer in the US, you're only about another £9 shy of your free shipping. And I tell you what, there is plenty of other goodies that you can pop into your basket to achieve that this evening. But if you love this collection, please grab it. And also just to say, if you want to dip and dive in, you can do as well and make up your own little smaller collections. Or if you need to top up on the acetate or the vellum or the faux snow, then please make sure you do that tonight. Super, super popular. Now, next to show you is this evening's Hero Tool. Are we ever going to get the echo effect? Like, so, Hero Tool. The Hero Tool tonight is all about your Totally Tiffany buddy bags. What I will tell you, I can show you 4 of the 5 that you're going to get in the collection. We're missing, we're missing one. It's all going up in here tonight, honestly. I'm trying to concentrate and be the ultimate professional that you expect. And were you right, John? Yeah. Good. John's he's doing stuff. Can I just say as well?
He's added up then. I thought he was tiny self.
He's up a ladder doing a few bits and pieces. Can I just also apologise live on air because John has been working very hard. He did a bit of painting earlier on for something which you might know about, but I can't confirm or deny whether these things are happening. But anyway, he's doing a bit of decorating over there. He's painted an area of the floor, right? And then somebody
with the big feet.
What happened was, I was over Jan's side of the studio and I'd seen he sort of coned it off, but I saw that it was wet and I sort of lost my footing a little bit as I don't know how I managed to. No, I did. As I was getting some cards out and I stepped back like that and then I went into his paint. So I'm sorry, John, you're on chin cam. Up here. No, there. Yeah.
He was at the top of the steps tying this rope up there. I'm like, John, don't do it. He nearly fell off his steps, didn't you? Made him laugh.
Oh dear. There's your John sighting for the night. What was I doing? Yes, showing you the hero tool, the buddy bag collection. This is awesome. I'll show you 4 of the 5 bags that I've got. The 5th, basically, we had Katia. I think she's gone on holiday.
Oh, she left the building.
Katia's gone. But we will be able to show you Katia on a picture in just a second. But I just wanted to show you all of the ones that I can do here in the studio. Here's my favourite, Barbara. Now, the great thing about all of these is that they're obviously perfect for storing lots of crafty bits and pieces. So in this one, for example, we've got some of our re-inkers. We've also got some of our ink pads in there too. Barbara's got 2 separate compartments, so you can compartmentalise everything, but it's all see-through, so you know exactly what is in each and every one of your buddy bags. You've got the hook and mesh system there as well to keep everything nice and safe. Wipe clean, of course, as well, and each and every one of them has a little handle, so they're nice and easy to transport. So whether or not you are looking to just get everything sorted in your craft room, maybe you don't have a craft room and you're looking for ways to store everything, these are perfect. Pop these up on the shelf when you need them. You can simply pull those off the shelf and you've got everything to hand. You can see everything that's in each and every one. Now you've also got Brandy. Brandy's a little bit taller, a little bit slimmer. And of course, great for putting in things like your tools, like your ball tools we've got in here. If you've got any long rulers, of course, they will go in there absolutely perfectly. We've even got some of our Royal Langnickel brushes in there too. But once again, you've got that plastic design inside, so it keeps everything nice and safe, and it's all there for when you need it. Next up, this is like a fashion show, isn't it? Shelley. Now, Shelley again, absolutely brilliant. Whether you're going to use her vertically or horizontally, we've actually put our gilding waxes in here. But again, you can store whatever you like. We've got all of them in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would fit another one in there. So 6 of your gilding waxes you could store in there. Once again, you've got your handle for easy transportation. And the last one I've got in the studio to show you for now is Teresa. We've managed to, I don't know why this is making me laugh so much. I don't know. It's just like, and here is Teresa. Tonight she is modelling the pots of glitter. Next along, we have the gorgeous Brandy. You can see Brandy here holds a whole amount of different tools and rulers for your convenience. Next this evening, no, I won't carry on, but you've got Teresa in there as well. And the one that we don't have is Katia. So if we flash up the picture, you'll be able to see Katia there. So those are, Katia is not, which one's Katia? She's the she's the 1-4, isn't she? In the middle to the right.
Left, across right.
Yeah.
Middle left. It's the one on the right.
Yeah. So if you count from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Katia.
Top, middle, or bottom.
Top, middle, or bottom. Way. So you get all 5 for £16 or $24. Normally £28 or $41. Tonight you're saving over 25% plus another 20% if you're platinum, bringing it down to this price. But obviously that deal is only live while stocks last, all for the next 24 hours. That was your hero tool.
I'm just thinking, not just craft stuff though.
I know.
Those, for makeup and toiletries and things like that. If you're going out on your excursions and things. I mean, I often have to pack my bags when I come up and stay up here. They'd be great for putting toiletries and stuff in, wouldn't they? And makeup items in. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, love them. Grab them tonight. Still making me laugh. For that great price. Lots of you still chatting about the thing that I'm not going to deny or confirm. Sue says, my family know about the thing because it's just before my birthday. So now ask me what I want and let me get it in the CC thing which is coming, which I can't say about. Sarah says, I have a basket of snacks and goodies on my porch as a thank you to my delivery people. They love it and know they can stop in for a snack even if they aren't delivering anything to our house but are in the neighbourhood.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
I love all of these
If
delivery
I did that at my house, it'd just disappear overnight. Somebody would be up and off with it. Oh, thanks a lot. I think it was the food bank. And Hadassah says, for some reason, I can't see a snowman without the song, Do You Want to Build a Snowman, popping into your head. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. There's so many comments and messages coming through, which we'll look at in just a few moments' time. But let us have a look at the brush lettering stamp collection.
You saw this again earlier on this morning on Wake Up Call, and I know this is going to be Jan's next demo in a few moments' time. But a lovely collection, and one that I'm seeing for the first time today, actually. £35.79 or $44.58. I love the fact that you've got the ability with this to be able to, make these the focal point of your cards. And actually, I suppose with some of these, you could actually mix and match the sentiments around, couldn't you?
Yeah, there is one or two that you could swap over, yeah.
But the great thing is, it is the best price yet on these, and you have literally got something for each and every occasion. So you've got your main stamp with hello, and then the beautiful brush lettering stamp with the from me to you.
So that one would work, wouldn't it? Because we've just had thank you. You could have thank you from me to you.
Yes, thank you from me to you.
So you could mix and match them, yeah.
Yeah, and you've got a Christmas one coming in just a second. So you've got Merry Christmas, or if you say Happy Christmas, what do you say? Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas?
Both.
A bit of both.
It depends, yeah.
Yeah. You've got thinking of you, just thinking which ones we could mix and match now. There you go. Christmas wishes, so you could have happy wishes if you wanted to. I'm going to come up with a few more of these whilst Jan's demoing. Season's greetings. What? Happy greetings, yeah.
Christmas greetings.
Christmas greetings.
Yeah.
And there is your Merry Christmas as well. So it's 16 elements in total. Normally £64 or $80. £35.79 today, or $44.58 if you're platinum. We are doing these at the best price yet. So if you've been waiting for these, and you can also multi-buy these as well, 2 for £14 or $17 if you just want to pick and choose the ones which are most relevant to you. Well, going to now, I was going to show you some finished samples, but I tell you what, let's crack on with another demo, because I've been whittering on for the last 10 minutes or so, and it's definitely time for me to shut up.
So I thought I'd just revisit the one we did. We did this one on Wake Up Call this morning. So we used the happy birthday. We stamped the block letter in quick dry ink. And then if I just tilt this one, you can just see the birthday one I've embossed on there. So you've got that little bit of flash of gloss across it, which looks really nice. So that was the one we did this morning. I'm going to move on to thank you so very much for this next one. And we're going to have a go with this one. So I'm going to stamp separately. So on this particular one, we actually stamped the brush lettering straight through the centre of the block lettering, which is pretty much how they were designed to be used. That was the concept behind them. Yeah. But there's nothing to stop you using those two elements separately, which is what we're going to do on this next one. So you can see I've been using my pink ink again, so it does stain the stamps, but it doesn't damage them, so not to worry. I'm going to bring in the stamping apparatus again, and I've got a couple of pieces of card. So one, I'm going to stamp with the quick dry inks, and we're going to use the fuchsia this time. I want a nice bright pink going on there, so I'm just going to secure that one. Take that block lettering off and literally pop that into the centre of my card, and then you can always cut it down afterwards. So I nearly always stamp on a slightly bigger piece than what I need, and then I can trim it down to the size that I want for the project then. So we're literally going to pop that one with the fuchsia, which is your mid-tone out of the pink range, and this is quick dry, so that I've got that instant dry on there. So literally load up the stamp, and as I say, the pink, the pigment to make the pink dye is the bit that stains the stamp. In any of the pinks and the purples, that kind of thing. It doesn't damage your stamps, it just gives them a nice pink glow, which personally I quite like. I think all the stamps should have that pink glow on them. So
isn't it Craig who says he never cleans his stamps?
Quite possibly.
Yeah, I think it is.
Quite possibly.
Just makes them look pretty, doesn't it, like you say?
You can see there. So I'm just going to give it a second stamp just to make sure any little pieces that didn't quite contact the first time, and that's the beauty of having that magnetic platform. You know that you've got the ability there to overstamp, and it literally go back in the same place as what you stamped the first time, and that's why I like it so much, because even as long as I've been stamping, occasionally, you know, you might get distracted with something and you've not pressed on an area and it misses a bit, but instead of having to waste it, you can go there and actually stamp again. So that's my block lettering, and then I'm going to bring in a slightly smaller piece, and we're going to put the brush lettering separately onto here. So literally just get those magnets back in place. I'm going to take this one off there, and then we're going to bring in the so very much. And again, we're going to stamp this one out onto a separate piece there.
It's nice to have such a lovely collection like this, a sentiment collection where the lettering takes like the focal point of the card,
it does.
isn't it?
I quite like sentiments and lettering as a focal point. It just makes a nice change sometimes. And you know, if you're wanting that particularly to be the message that you're sending to someone, especially if it's a thank you card, you know, that's the bit that they're going to see. As soon as they open the card, that's the focal point on it. So we're going to go to the black, and again, I've got the quick dry ink there just for ease, because it literally does what it says on the tin. It dries instantly. So again, we'll try the one layer of stamping, and if it's not dark enough, or if I have missed a little bit, we can go in a second time and over stamp. So we'll just have a check. And I must admit, I do tend to stamp at least twice. See, that's not actually bad.
No.
Not bad at all, but I'll show you the difference just by stamping it again.
Did you mention as well, you did mention it because I remember, but is it tomorrow you said you've got a show coming up with the platform on?
Yes, I have a masterclass at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, which is all about stamping.
Yeah,
all about stamping. So we're going to go right back to basics with different types of stamps, different types of stamping implements, you know, like the rocker blocks and the clear blocks, different inks, different cardstock, literally strip it back to basics. So if you've got any questions about stamping, we're going to do that one tomorrow. So can you see, it's not darkened it up that much, but I've got a nice clear crisp image there.
Yes.
So those are the two pieces that I need for my project. We'll just pop those to one side, and then I've got several bits of mats and layers that are ready. We're going to make an easel card. So I've got a piece to go inside, and we're just working on a 5 3/4 square, which is our it's sort of the biggest card you can make out a piece of our UK A4. So 5 3/4 square. If you want to go up to 6 inches, we normally have to cut into a piece of 12-inch square paper. So again, just to pop some all-purpose glue on here. So we're doing cardstock to cardstock. It gives you a nice solid finish. It sets like cement, and it gives a lot of rigidity to the card there. So these are from the Spring Fever, I think it is, the paper pad. So just elements out of there, and I've colour blocked here, so I've done 2 different papers here. Great way of using up if you've got any offcuts from doing other cards. And then this one, I'm going to stick, this is going to be our front piece here. So just do same on the front there. And then I'm actually going to build up with those sentiments. So that's a single piece. I don't need to worry about which way around we are.
What's on that bit of paper? It looks like watermelon from here, but I don't think it is.
The roses.
Oh, is it roses?
The roses with the little leaves on, yeah.
Oh, it looked like little slices of watermelon.
Yeah, I can see that. It looks like a triangle looking down at it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, little roses and leaves on there. So just nice sort of spring pattern on this one. So get that one stuck in place, and then as always with the easel card, just reinforce that fold there, and then this piece is going to stick to the front of here. So we'll get that ready, and then we can start thinking about decoration. I nearly always put my glue on here when I'm doing these, because I get carried away and put glue all over the back of it, and then realise that I don't need glue on the top section. So again, little top tip, if you're doing the easels, actually glue on this half piece, and then it reminds you that you don't need it on all of the top section. So again, we're just going to put, it doesn't matter which way, I don't think there's a right or a wrong way for that piece. So just to line up those edges and give that a second or two to dry. You can see we've got the beginnings there of our actual easel design.
Yeah, lovely.
Okay, so what I've done then with the sentiments, I've cut them down. So if I bring the thank you back in, you can see there where we've done the same. Not quite so dark. I think maybe this is only one set of stamping, and then I'm in love with the silver glitter card at the minute. I've ran it through 1 or 2 things. So we've got thank you just on some foam on there, and then the so very much I've done the same with onto the silver glitter card to match, and just decorated it with a few little gems. I've inked around the edge of it with that same ink so that we've got a bit of definition there. And then I wanted a fancy little bit. This is out of one of the waterfall kits, and I just love the way it sort of adds that extra bit of detail. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop thank you across the front here, so we can take the backing off that piece and get that one stuck on the front, and I'm going to pop that at a slight angle across the front of the card. Just make sure we're on the right way there, and then we're going to use this part as the stopper. So I just want to add a little bit of glue. Oops. Again, you could be using your dotty tape pen. You could use your Xyron again if you've got the Xyron, just to run this through. So just a little bit of glue in places there to make sure it's going to stick down. And then I want to pop this bit to one side here. Yep, so we'll pop that one about there. Okay. And then again, I've got some foam pads on here because the stopper wants to be raised slightly so that it literally does the job to stop that top piece from sliding. So again, I'm going to pop this one just so that you can see that coming out underneath there. Okay, so that's going to act as my stopper. And then I've just got a couple of bits of embellishments. I've got a little ribbon. I've offset this because I'm going to put the ribbon at this side. And I have put my glue gun back on again, so we should be safe, this time. So again, a little bit of hot glue just behind there. Whoops. And that's going to go at the bottom there.
Fab.
And then I've just cut out a couple of little butterflies, and this is one of my favourites. This is from the Caring Thoughts collection, and I adore this little guy. I use it so much. The die stays out on my desk.
Yeah.
I use it so much as an embellishment. And again, I'm just going to pop a couple of bits here, and we're going to pop one on the front there and the other one at the bottom there. So when we actually turn this one round now, you can see there we've got thank you so very much, and you can see that base bit all matches in as well, and then it will fold down. You perhaps just need, it would fit in an envelope. There's a little bit of depth to it because of the cushioning on the stopper, but either an envelope or a box there, just to give you an idea.
Fantastic. I mean, really lovely collection. I just thought I'd show you a few more finished samples there. I love this one, combined one of those Annabelle Spenceley stamps, isn't it? Really beautiful. And Aisha just saying the first thing that drew me to this stamp set was the fact that the sentiments were long and will work great with slimline cards. With lots of slimline card chat today. We'll be using these with my new cut and emboss folders, yes, which we launched on launch day just a few hours ago. They really are very beautiful. And again, the great thing is, if you don't want to use the brush lettering element of these, you can, of course, just simply, use that main sentiment. And as we said, there is a bit of a combination of these as well that you can sorry, John's just going with his paintbrush to go and paint over where I stood in his fresh paint earlier on. Sorry, John, he just walked past me with his paintbrush like this. What I was saying, yes, the great thing is you can interchange some of these as well to come up with your own messages should you wish to. So you've got some Christmas specific ones, of course, and then everyday ones too. So happy holidays is in there. Thank you so very much. You've got hello from me to you. See, I quite just like that, as I say, with just the hello on the card, which I think is quite nice. Why not just send a card to somebody just because? You've got happy birthday. You've got thinking of you. I'm going to send this one to John. We'll make him a card thinking of you inside. Sorry for stepping on your fresh paint. Christmas wishes. You've got season's greetings, and then lastly in here, Merry Christmas. So a lovely mix of Christmas and everyday, and a lovely mix of messages that you can create your own with as well, should you wish. £35.79 or $44.58 is the deal on that one. And again, you can go on they said a pick and mix then, a multi-buy, should you wish. 2 for $14 or 2 for $17. Best deal yet on this collection though, so jump in and grab it whilst we have it available for you. Lots of you have jumped in actually and grabbed the watercolour collection, which we'll talk more about a little bit later on, and lots of messages coming in too. I tell you what, we'll read those messages out in just a few moments time, but let's give you a chance to check out those baskets. We'll give you a couple of minutes right now and we will come back in just a few moments time. We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery.
This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Gwen Terry says on Facebook, Aisha, I'm looking now. What are you all looking at? I don't know what you're talking about. OMG, be still my heart. I already told my hubby I'm spending some serious pounds. He said that if it makes you happy, go for it. Game on, I'm ready. Yeehaw! Says. Kendall says, I've just purchased the bundle, looking forward to it. Is that of the watercolour collection? I think it is. And Aisha says, I don't have the full collection, so I'll need to double check to see what I have. May need to add that snowflake die, which is substantial. Yes, you can pick and choose from the watercolour collection. That is proving popular tonight. Lisa says, love the brush lettering stamps. I've just made a birthday card for my husband using these along with the waterfall dies. And Christine says, hey Ben, are there any foam on a rolls left to purchase? Can you sing it? Foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey! Let's go into some numbers, which we have on the show. I really like these, and again, I haven't seen these that often on the shows here on Crafters TV. They are back in stock, and it's the full 10-piece collection. And what I love about these is that you've got all of the numbers, plus the die and the stencils to go behind it as well. So great for kind of using separately should you wish, but then of course you can use them to create your mats and layers with. And as we were talking about a little bit earlier, it's so handy to have numbers within your crafty stash, because you know, you can, if you wanted to go to the card shop and get an 18th birthday card, you could do. You can go and get a 21st birthday card, absolutely you can. But what about when you want to be able to, you know, create a card for someone who's, do that gag again, Ben, who's my age, 27. You know, it's not so easy to be able to, it's not so easy to be able to create cards to be able to do that. But when you've got a set like this, nice big numbers as well, actually. What size are these? I can't read. You have to measure them for me, John. Oh, hang on. I'm trying to read it. I haven't got my glasses. No chance.
Size
3, 4
by 4 inches.
And the stencils
4.6 by 5.2.
Thank you.
I never understand decimal points in inches. It confuses me.
Why? What do you mean?
5.2 inches. What is that?
5.2 inches?
Yeah, it's not quite 5 1/4.
No.
It's a bit less, isn't it?
It is just slightly less, yeah. It's 5 1/5, isn't it?
Yeah, which is a decimal.
Oh, don't. My head's hurting now.
It confuses me when we have points in inches, yeah. So I'll measure them on the map for you and show you.
Thank you. But anyway, you're going to get all of the numbers in there. 10 in total, £44 or $68. And I just think that, yes, you will use these time and time again. And actually, I like this one here where we've cut out a little bit of, what do you call that? Like sort of burlap almost. Hessian, there we go, that's what I was looking for. Love that. You know, use it for your glitter cards as well, which is, I know Jan was saying you're a big fan of your silver glitter card currently.
I go through phases with card.
Yeah, and of course the great thing is that if you want to obviously cut into your card, you can do, but then of course you can actually just make the card out of the numbers as well. So there's so many different ways to be able to use these. But as I said yesterday, if you haven't got numbers in your crafty armory, you know, dies to be able to personalize your cards and projects, then this is a great collection to go for. And I'm sure you said at the start of the show, but alphabets you need and numbers you need, don't you?
Yeah, I just think they're a staple amongst anybody's kit, basically so that you can do that personalisation. You know, you might want to put someone's name on a project, you might want to use a number for a birthday or a special event, and you know, the rest of it is sort of what takes your fancy. But I think numbers and alphabets, they're part of that core kit. And this is a great system, and the reason we put the stencils in here was to keep the price down for you.
Yeah.
Because it's the metal that costs the money. So to actually have the metal number and then matting and layering dies with it, it would probably have tripled the price of the product. So we've just gone for the number in the metal, and then the stencil is very, very cleverly done. So I'm going to show you what I mean, and we'll have a go with the number 2 for the one that I'm going to do. So it's sort of doing like a second birthday card. So we would literally die cut the number. So I've just chosen some pattern paper for my design, and we would pop that on, pass it through the machine, and you are literally going to get your die cut number there. So you can see we've got the number 2, and I've just inked around the edge with a little bit of ink just to focus that edge there. So that's our sort of top layer. And then I want to create some mats and layers for it. So the next one down, again, we're going to use the stencil. Just make sure it's the right way for your number to fit in. And that sounds sort of strange, but with some of them, you think, well, actually, I'm not sure. Just looking at that there now, it wants to be that way round. Can you see? So that your number fits inside it comfortably without there being any overlap. So that's the one I want. And I want to make a piece that's slightly bigger than my number. So we've gone with 1/4 of an inch increments, and you can see where there's, if I just bring this up a bit closer for you, he's coming, look. Yeah.
Adam's in.
You can just see it's got little gaps in the stencil. So you've got a first matten layer, a second matten layer, and then if you wanted a third one, you can go right round the outside, or the external edge is what I normally use for making the card blanks, and I'm going to show you that in a demo later on. So what we're going to do now then is just pop this on the card. It doesn't matter as long as it fits inside my piece of card, and then I'm going to use my pencil to literally go all the way round that first set of lines. So there is a little bit of cutting involved, but they're nice sort of easy shapes. They're not difficult. So just a pair of scissors, and you've got your sort of cutting at the ready. So this is going to be my first mat that goes behind the number 2, and you can see there I've got a really strong outline to cut. So obviously when we've done that and cut that out, we're going to get a mat that is the perfect size to fit our number 2 on. Yeah? So you with me so far? And then I'm going to take the next layer, which I want to do in the green, and I'm going to do exactly the same, but I'm going to skip up to the outside section this time. So again, I'm going to do the same method, but just running around that outside track with my pencil this time. And there are decent space in there. I was just looking at my pencil thinking, I haven't sharpened it. Is it going to fit in here? And it's working perfectly in that track.
And it's great, isn't it, that some of these collections we do these stencils, because like you say, it does, I suppose it brings the cost down, doesn't it?
It does. It makes it affordable. Whereas, as I say, to have done all this in metal, it would have increased the price phenomenally. So again, you can see we've got that outline, which is just that increment bigger again. And when we bring this one in, we've got the next piece that these two will now sit on and nest beautifully. So all I've done literally is take my scissors, and I tend to cut away the pencil so it saves rubbing it out. So I'm going to bring my scissors just around the inside, and I tend to use the bigger scissors because the longer stroke you can do with the scissors, the better finish you'll get on the edge. So again, open them as wide as they'll go, and then I'm just tracking round the inside of the pencil, mainly because I'm lazy and I don't want to cut it all out. I don't want to rub it all out afterwards. But yeah, the longer you can go instead of sort of that chomp, 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 chomp all the way around,
Yeah.
just take those long ones, the
Glide.
longer the better,
Yeah.
and then you can literally just go all the way and take that pencil line away, take your time. And
So when you're
can
doing your wrapping paper at Christmas, the longer you can go kind of without, you know, chomping it through. Does anyone else do that, sort of like glide through the paper as opposed to chomping away?
I tend to use a knife. So I fold my paper, give it a good crease, and then use a knife to get that edge on it.
What, were you wrapping paper?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
You know, like you would slit an envelope with
Oh,
a
yeah,
letter
with
opener.
a letter opener.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the tip with doing this as well, as I noticed you're well, oh, you are, I don't know actually. So is it easier to turn the paper, or, because some people say it's easier to turn the paper and keep the scissors in one place?
Whichever way. With something smaller,
Yeah.
I would definitely be turning the cardstock. Because this is a larger area, let me just get rid of some of that scrap. Because this is a larger area, I can actually go round and turn the scissors. So whichever you feel most comfortable. Like I said, there's no right or wrong with crafting.
Personal
we
preference.
can show you different ways of doing things. And again, you know, if you're left-handed, then you can come in from the other side. But you can see how we've just created that mat reasonably quickly, and I just think it's so well thought out that we've got that perfect size layer for it there.
Yeah.
So I've done exactly the same. I've just added some ink around the edge of it again, just to bring it all in to line. So we can get those stuck together now. So I'm literally going to come back to my Kalal glue, because we're working with those layers of paper and cardstock again. So again, even this is getting low now. I think I need to put an order in for all the consumable stuff. I'm usually busy ordering the product so that I can do the prep, but I think I need to get some of my consumables stocked up by the looks of it. So again, just lay that, and the beauty of that is that you can actually wriggle it around until you're happy with the distance between all those edges there, and then pop that one into place. And then we're going to do the same again with the back of that one. Now you can layer these up with foam again if you wish, you know, if you want to create some dimension. I'm just going to stick with those numbers flat for the time being, but again, pop it on and then literally just wriggle it into the position you want before you apply a bit of pressure. So we've got our main topper there using the die and the stencil as it was intended to be. And again, this one just happens to be an easel card again. So I've got some mats and layers. It's just the way when I prep them, I don't necessarily think about the order that we're going to demo them in. So sometimes you end up with two of the same size. So again, same paper pad, we've got that bottom layer, and then we're going to pop the piece on the top there. So just like I did before, secure that fold in there to make sure it stands up nicely. Pop the glue onto here. So again, just make sure it goes on the half of it and not on the full piece. And then line up the edges and just slide those into place. And that's the beauty of having the wet glue there, is it gives you that time to just move everything into the right place. And again, you can see that sort of coming together.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I've used some sentiment stamps again. So I've just created a happy, and then we've also got birthday there as well.
Okay, cool.
And then what I've done is I've layered the birthday one up on some foam so that we can create the stopper again, because any easel card needs that piece to stop it sliding. All right, so let's bring this back round this way so that we can see what we're doing. We're going to have some foam behind here. I think I've got a few, have I got some foam pads left?
Shows how much crafting you've been doing today, Jan. The fact that the adhesive's going, the foam pads are going.
I know.
I mean,
those
seriously,
are only little ones. Those are no good.
So many demos today. If you've missed any of the shows today, by the way, make sure you do go back and have a look, because Jan has been on fire today.
Well,
seriously.
I'm just going to have to bring it out again, Ben.
What you?
That's all I've got left.
What are you bringing out there?
I'm bringing out the foam
on a roll, foam on a roll, a foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey, that was a deep one, wasn't it?
It was.
Foam on a roll, foam on a roll.
Yeah, I definitely need to get stocked up, I think, on some of these consumable elements. So I'm just going to make sure my card's the right way around, and then I'm going to go with the number 2 in the middle there, like so. I'm going to stick the happy just at the top here. So again, we just want a little bit of, pop a little bit of tape behind there just to keep that in place. Okay. So pop that one. And again, like I said, just give it a good burnish and you'll find that it should literally, that red line should just come off straight away. So that one's just going to slide in the top like so. Okay, and then we're going to use the bottom one to create that stopper there. So again, just take the, we got a bit giddy with that one, didn't I?
What have you done?
There's no wonder I've not got any foam.
Oh, cool, blimey, you've still loads on that. What's going on there?
Right, okay.
Like foam pad central there,
I'd
isn't
already run out of the large ones, so I'm down to the square ones, so I needed more of them, you see, in my head. That was where I was at. So just decide whereabouts you want this to open, and then I'm going to centre that. Use the paper as a guideline to get it straight, and then again just bring that glue gun in. I've just got a little, in fact I think I've got some tape on there at the ready. I just pop some on the back there. Little bit of the red line tape on the back of it, and we're going to pop that and that corner there again just to give it a bit of added decoration. Fab. So you can add your gems to that or whatever it is you want to do. And you've got that happy birthday. If you've got the little ordinals in one of your stamp sets, you could pop the second, the ND on there and just stamp it in the edge, or if you've got a die cut with it in. But yeah, just a really cheeky way of using them, but I just love the concept of that die with the stencil. And then the demo I'm going to do later, I'm going to show you how to use the external part of the stencil to create your card base as well. Really lovely. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through as well. We'll read a few of those in just a second, but it's a really lovely deal. And again, like Jan said, it really does allow you to completely personalise your project, and the fact that you've got that lovely sized die in there with the stencil, of course, as well, to help you create those mats and layers, and it makes it more affordable just by having the stencil in there. So you've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So get creating with these. If you haven't yet got any numbers within your crafty stash, then jump in and grab these tonight. £44, not been in stock for a while, but back tonight for $68 as well. If you are a platinum member, definitely worth jumping in for. And then, like we said, you are then well away as far as personalising all of your cards is concerned, whether it be from first birthdays to 4th anniversaries to 5th birthdays to happy 21st. I mean, whether it's happy 121st, it doesn't matter. You've got all of the dies there to be able to do that. Thank you for all the comments coming in. There's a lot of excitement. I've just had a little look on our Facebook page as well. Like the cat is out of the bag just a little bit with what's going on. I've been told to keep tight-lipped till Friday, but I've had a quick look on Facebook. There's loads of videos and pictures and stuff going up as to what's happening, and you guys are chatting about it loads in the comments. Caroline said, my hubby likes to have a look at my purchases with me. He's an enabler, so I have no complaints. He comes to all the craft shows with me and always tells me to buy the stuff. Deborah says, hi everyone, I got carried away looking at the booklet. What booklet? Forgot to say hi. Mary Lee says, I've been working on an 8-inch album using the Vintage Diary collection. It's going well, and I've been listening to all of Jan's great tips and watched some of her demos, but haven't commented. We're lovely to have you with us, Mary Lee, and thanks for listening in. And Rebecca says, I'm looking at the booklet. After 3, everybody. 1, 2, 3. What booklet? Oh my, I'm glad I've been moving things around and cleaning up my craft room. I've already got plans for the empty spaces. And Mary says, great demos, Jan. You always do such fabulous demos. Instructions are spot on and everything works just like the way you tell us it will. Thank you all for your preparation that makes it look so easy. I agree wholeheartedly with all of that, all beautifully explained, all nice and super easy to follow. As I say, I always manage to follow Jan's demos, and I always think if I can understand it, I just want people to be able to craft better. Yeah. That's what it's all about. We learn these things. I find a lot out by trial and error. I find a lot out by watching other people, and just being able to share it with you guys is the best job in the world. Yeah. And if that enables you to go on and make your own craft projects, we've done our job right. Absolutely.
It's lovely to be able to do this here for you, and it's lovely to be able to bring you such amazing products as well. I just wanted to recap very quickly on the Watercolor Christmas bundle. So within this, it's been really, really popular tonight. You're going to get sheets of your beautiful snowflake acetate. You've got vellum within the collection as well. You've also got your 3D die cut toppers, 23 of those included within the collection. There's so much here, I don't want to forget any of it because There's the faux snow in there as well, which is over the other side of the set, but you get your packet of faux snow. Be very careful with that. We've already talked about faux snow, oh no, today. You've also got in there your tri-colour collection. This is your frozen forest collection, really beautiful. Water-based pens, of course, 3 pens, but then you've got the 3 different colours within each pen, great for doing all your watercolour techniques and all of your blending as well. There are beautiful embossing folders in this collection too. Nice slimline ones as well. You know, we've been talking a lot about those slimline cards today, so if you love doing those, if you've got a mini as well, you're going to find that these beautiful snowflake borders and your elegant borders are going to go through your smaller machine, which is just fantastic. Then you've got loads of sentiments in here too. The brush sentiment. So again, if you love the brush sentiment dies that we brought you earlier on, or the stamps I should say, you're going to love this collection as well, because you've got the ability to again build up your own specific sentiment to say exactly what you want to say. Then we've got stamp sets. Again, how cute is this? I think again this collection's really nice for crafting with the kids and that interim period between sort of when they finish school and then Christmas Day arrives. These are the kind of sets that they're going to enjoy working with, because it's got really cute relatable characters like the little snowman there with all his friends. You've then got the beautiful joyful wishes with all of the woodland creatures in there. I really love this little sign there too, so again, as I say, you can stamp your own little message into there should you wish to do that. You've got your magical Christmas as well, with the beautiful deer. You've got the little fox there as well, and the rabbit, and that beautiful Christmas tree, and a whole host of different Christmas sentiments in there too. Then you've got your Let It Snow die. This is great as well, because you've got the actual die itself, and then you've got the backing die, if you like, so it allows you to create the little bubble to pop that Let It Snow onto, and then you've got all sorts of different sentiments to go with that as well. If you want snowflakes in this collection, you are not going to be disappointed, because you've got your dimensional snowflakes. Gorgeous, 7 different styles of snowflake. As we were chatting about earlier on, they always say that no 2 snowflakes are the same. You've got 7 fabulous designs of snowflake dies there to choose from. The biggest and best of them all, your statement snowflake, which is going to look just stunning. And again, you've got the ability to cut that twice and build up your own large snowflake. So, you know, if you wanted to, cut that multiple times and make an actual decoration out of it, hang it around the house, you could do. I also see that somehow, maybe if you could cut it out of not vinyl, but you could have, did you sometimes decorate your windows at Christmas time when you stick them in your windows? You could do that with the big snowflake.
Yeah, we've got some that we put on our mirror.
Yeah.
At Christmas, we do the 2 corners of the mirror.
Yeah, love that idea.
Yeah.
The quirky Christmas trees, again, really, really lovely. 3 different trees. You've got the stars in there as well. Again, if you'd like to create, cards with a bit of depth and dimension, you can build up your scenes with those. Maybe you've got those little pop-up box dies as well, and you want to be able to create your Christmas scenes. You could do that with that collection. And then finally, I know a lot of people have been singing this tonight as well, but do you want to build a snowman? If you do, you've got the Build a Snowman set within this collection as well. Really, really fun stamp set. All of the dies to be able to cut him out. And then, as I say, you've got the tricolour pens in there to be able to colour him in. If I've not mentioned it, you've got your faux snow included in there too. And don't forget, you've also got your elegant snow globe die set included too. Just to stress, because I've seen a few people chatting about it again, the globes we don't have in stock currently. Hopefully we'll get them back in, but you've got the ability to create like a 2D snow globe should you wish. If you've already got the snow globe, the plastic globes there, of course, then you can add that in as well. £90 and 77 pence if you're a platinum member. It's 114 elements, 24 sheets, that's your acetate and your vellum, and 50 grams of the faux snow as well. It's $116.60 if you are shopping with us in the US, Club Inspire. Just another, $9 on top of that, and then you're headed towards your free shipping as well. We're going to have another look at the brush lettering collection with Jan, because this is proving very, very popular indeed. So let's pop on back over to the creative side of the studio and have a look at this collection.
Yep, we're going to go with that Happy Holidays this time, all right? And I think this was the one that was exclusive to us here at CT, wasn't it? Yeah?
Yes.
So again, you've got that same idea with these, the same concept. There are some everyday sentiments, and then you've got some Christmas ones as well in here. So if we take this out, you've got that lovely block sentiment there, and then you've got the brush script that goes with it. So really, really nice. So we're going to go back to that sort of one piece where we stamp the block and stamp the other one through it, and we're going to do a little bit of heat embossing again. So again, we're going to use the quick dry ink on the block lettering so that that dries instantly, and I can go on to then do the heat embossing without any risk of embossing powder sticking to where I don't want it. So we take that happy off there and position that where we want it on our cardstock there. And then I'm going to go with the Chinese red this time, nice and bright. Okay, and this is our quick dry ink. So again, need to pick the stamp up first, Jan. I can tell I'm getting tired now. I was going to ink the wrong side of the stamp then.
Do you know what? I don't mean this to sound funny, but it's been a lovely day, but it's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
It's been a long day.
I feel myself going. I was just about to put the ink on and it was the back of the stamp. Yeah. Get it on the stamp pad first, and then we can ink up the right side of the stamp then. That would have been disastrous, wouldn't it? Okay, so again, I'm going to do the 2 layers just to build up that colour and get a nice strong red there. So first one is going to go onto there. Give it a good press. And again, you know, I've said this before, if you do, I know a lot of people struggle with their hands, and particularly knuckles and things like that. Once you've got it pressed down, use something that's fairly flat at the bottom and just give it a rub over the top there, and it will help instead of you having to apply lots of pressure with your fingers or fingertips. So again, you know, not too bad, but it just builds up the colour when you do that second time. And I am like a broken record, I will admit that, but this particular tool allows you the facility to do that without having to stress about, is it going to match, is it going to line up? Absolutely brilliantly. All right, so we've got it straight on top again. Give it that press, and all it does is build up the strength of the colour, and if you have missed any little bits, it just fills those in. So you can see how nice and bold that is now. So we're going to take away the block lettering, pop that back on there, and then we're going to take the holidays, which is the brush lettering, which is where they get their name from. And again, we've used the quick dry, so I'm totally dry there. And again, I like to be able to sort of see this rather than just putting it on the platform and guessing it's in the right place.
Yeah.
You can lay it down there and you know that it's literally going to go in the right place. So I'm just looking that I've got sort of an even amount at each side, and I just need to lift that a little bit so that the top of the letters and the bottom fit in there. I was a bit stingy with the cardstock there, wasn't it? It only just fits on there. And then once you're happy with it, literally pop that ready. Okay, and then I'm going to go to that double ink again. So I'm going to get the really solid black from the quick dry ink, and this is the Noir Black from our quick dry range, and this is great for stamping out sentiments and things. I know it sounds silly when you say it's a black, but there are different shades or tones of black I found with certain with ink pads and with other things, but you want something that's nice and solid, and it's going to give you that sort of real silhouette image across the other letters. Okay, so again, just give it that nice press down. You can see we've got that gorgeous sort of writing through there, and then I'm going to flick over to my opaque ink, which is the one that stays sticky. All right, so it's going to stay sticky for quite a while and allow me to get my embossing powder, because I would have no way, even I'm not quick enough, to stamp with the quick dry ink and get an embossing powder on there. It literally dries the minute it touches your cardstock. It's magic. I don't know what on earth we've got in it there, but it does literally dry instantly. But this one, straight over the top, add that little bit of pressure again there over the letters. Make sure we've got all that sticky ink on there, and then we can literally take that away now and bring in the clear embossing powder again and just pop it straight over the top. Just make sure it doesn't blow away, because I've popped the fan back on. Okay,
setting yourself up for a fall there, Jan.
I don't want another snow faux disaster with the embossing powder. Oh my days.
Please, if you missed that story earlier on, go back to... Was it on Wake Up Call earlier?
It was,
yes. Wasn't it, the story?
Yes,
about
sneezing and faux snow don't go together at all. So again, we're going to bring in the heat tool now. Just pop it up to temperature. Make sure it's... you wouldn't believe how happy this makes our producer, Johnny. Honestly. He's like, yes!
When was the
Every
first time? So was there actually a show there where Johnny was like, "Oh, your heat tool's not working"?
Yeah, and they thought I was kidding. They thought I was just wafting it over the card for good, just for value. And until they realised that actually it is actually doing what it says. So again, I'm going to start at this end and just hold it. And again, whether you heat from the top or the bottom is entirely up to you. But you should just be able to see it go from that sort of frosted effect. Here we go, look at the bottom, and you can see that lovely glossy black coming back through.
Super close up, Adam.
It never ever gets old. I absolutely love it. And then just aiming it where it needs to be. I'll spin it round to come back the other way there. But I just think it adds that extra little bit of something to, oops, we've got a bit there that's missed. Do you know, I'm not sure whether that's picked up the embossing powder, that bit.
Which bit?
I'm going to...
On the
in the
end
middle
of
of the eye there.
Of course, you can go back in and re-emboss, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. While it's still warm,
yeah,
it will take a little bit more. Yeah, I don't think the ink's transferred to that bit. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's not actually just that.
Is your heat tool on, Jan?
Pardon?
Is your tool on?
Yes, I just don't think it's picked up enough ink there in the middle just to get that last little bit. But you can see there, if we have a look in the light there, where it just gives that glossy finish to it. You can just see it catching the light there in places, and I think it just adds that extra sort of strand to it there.
Yeah, beautiful.
And then what we'll do is just bring in, I've got my darker red from earlier. So if we just grab one of those sponge applicators, and I just want to bring this around the edge. I'm not going to add any more ink to this one, just get rid of any surplus on there. And then I just want to darken the edges off on here. So whatever residue ink, this was the Bordeaux that we used on the embossing folders earlier. I'm just using that residue on the edge there.
Here's a good question, Jan, and I know it's one which is asked frequently, but Kendall wants to know, when using the embossing powder, can you use any of the ink pads, or is there a specific one?
You can emboss over the water reactive inks, but again, they will dry quicker.
Yeah.
The opaque pigments have been made specifically with embossing in mind, and it's whatever's in the ink that allows it to stay what we call open for longer, so it stays wetter and stickier for longer, which gives you time to take it from whatever it is you're working on, add your embossing powder to it. It would be near on impossible to actually emboss the quick dry inks because they're made to dry the minute they touch a porous surface. So you'd put your embossing powder on here, tip it up, and it would just literally all fall back off again. So yeah, if you've got the opaque pigments, they're the best ones to emboss, and I'll talk about this a bit more tomorrow when we do the stamping show. So if you can tune in tomorrow, I'll go into it in a bit more detail for you then and explain why. I might even do you the demo with a quick dry versus an opaque and show you the difference again, like we did with the Spectrum products there.
Brilliant.
So I actually did this one at home, but I didn't emboss the black, and I've put the foam pads on the back. So what I'm going to do again is just stick it straight over the top because we can. I like the emboss bit on there. So again, I'm just going to use a little bit of tacky glue straight over the top of the one that I did at home, and then we'll just double up so it gives it a little bit more strength as well. And this time I'm going to pop it on top of a gift box again.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be a card.
No.
We've got that Christmas season coming up, so it's nice to be able to make your own gift boxes in whatever design you want. So I'm just going to go for a reasonably small one here, and I've done a lot of the decoration because I wanted to focus on the stamped element here. So I've just cut some mats and layers using some of the textured card, and then I've used some decorative card just to add details there. Again,
lots of lovely comments, by the way, about the embossing powder, the demo. Colette just said it's so professional. It never gets old, does it?
No, it doesn't.
You can watch it time and time again.
I've been doing this now for over 20 years as a hobby.
Yeah.
Not obviously working here, but as a hobby, over 20 years I've been crafting. And I started out with stamping, and even to this day, I still love it. And particularly just adding the embossing powder. And I nearly always go, when I'm doing something on black, I nearly always go with with black ink and clear embossing powder. If you're wanting to use a coloured embossing powder, then you're better off with your watermark sticky ink.
Yes.
Yep. And again, if going back to what we've just been talking about, if you don't have any of the opaque inks, and I know we're just digressing a little bit, but I know the lady that's just asked the question, if you stamp in the quick dry to get the depth of colour, because that dries instantly, you could actually overstamp it with the magnetic platform with the sticky ink, even though it's clear, and still emboss it with clear powder, and the black ink would still show through.
Oh, okay.
So there's ways around a lot of it that way. Yeah, if you've got that watermark one, that could be your top layer. So again, I've done a matten layer there to just fit on the top. This is why I've got no foam pads left, look. They're all on here, the big ones. I knew I'd had them out at home.
You've certainly used quite a few there, haven't you?
Look, haven't I? Yeah, we've got them going now. I'm not afraid of them much more. I used to think, oh gosh, no, not again. So there we go. We're going to have that on there, and then we're going to sit this one. I think we'll go at an angle there across the top. Yep. So look, there's no wonder I had none left, is there?
Where have they all gone?
Where have they all gone? All on the project.
All on the projects, yeah.
Yep. So we're going to go across like so. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop those little pieces off the side here to make the box lid. I've already popped the base together because I've just gone with the plain cardstock for the base. Okay. Just to stick that together. Then I've got a couple of embellishments, but again, you know, however you wish to work with them. So we'll bring the glue gun back into play again. I've got the base here just to pop it together. Again, some nice red tissue paper in there. You could emboss your tissue paper. So for example, with this one having the polka dot paper on, polka dot embossing folder, and emboss that tissue paper inside, it will all coordinate. Yeah. And then I've got a little bit of ribbon there. I like the ribbon decoration. I've got drawers full of ribbon at home, and they're all colour coordinated so I can find the right one. Love it. So that one's going to go at the top like so.
It's very Minnie Mouse, that.
And then this is from the little Wobblers kits. So again, I've just got the little gingerbread man, and we're going to pop him. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of glue on the back of there because I think we should be okay because this foam pad's the same height as the sentiment there. But just to pop him in the corner, just as an extra embellishment there. And you can see we've got that gorgeous little gift box. You know that if you went to look for something like this in the shop, you'd struggle to find something that was so sort of nicely embellished. You might be able to buy a nice shiny red box, but yeah, just something that you want to personalise. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, really lovely. Again, some super demos this evening. Like me chatting about that stamping platform as well. It is available on the show for you tonight. Nita said, does CC have a tool to help press down that platform when stamping? Have a specific tool. I know you can buy them. I've seen them out there. I've seen people that I like to watch and they use them, but I just find something that's got a reasonably flat surface. Right. And just use that. It's usually my all-purpose glue bottle, just to rub over the top. It's just a means of applying pressure with something that you can grasp better than actually pressing and putting the pressure on. Particularly, as I say, if you have difficulties with your hands or anything like that. Yeah. Okay, and just I will recap on the boards before we have a quick break as well. But one question which I forgot to ask, Christine just said, Jan, can you remind me how to emboss with the MIDI? How to emboss with the MIDI? With the MIDI. So I guess like the combination, I think. The combination, if you're using an embossing folder rather than, sorry, I was still on my heat embossing. Oh yeah, sorry, there. Yeah, so many different embossing. So if you've got an embossing folder with the MIDI, let me just grab my plate again. You want the shims that come with your machine, so not the folder, you want the shim. So if, for example, let me just grab one of our embossing folders from earlier because this was the same thickness as a 2D embossing folder, okay? And if you put your cardstock inside and then lay it on top of the shim, that will pass through your MIDI then and give you the right outcome. Fine. If it's a 3D folder, which are the thicker folders with that sculpting in, you don't need the shim. crash. I got a bit giddy there. I just knocked the tape over. It's just the folder on its own with the cardstock inside will pass through your MIDI and give you the right result if it's a 3D folder. So 2D folder with the shim. I tend to put up on mine at home. I've just popped in the corner of my shim 2D in my black marker pen just to remind me that it just stays with the 2D folders. But anything that's thicker, that's got that 3D sculpting in, it just literally fits through on its own and you'll get the right pressure.
2 more questions that have come in. We'll quickly do these before we move on. Caroline French says, how long does collal glue take to dry?
Probably about 20 to 30 minutes in total. It'll go sort of what I call tacky dry in about 10 minutes or so, which is enough for you to carry on with your project. If I was going to think about posting it, I would probably leave it overnight and post it the next day. Make sure everything's set and you get that really, we refer to it in the industry as rubber cement, because it does dry so rock solid and gives you almost the equivalent. If you're matting and layering, it's almost giving you like an extra mat underneath it. It's the equivalent of putting another piece of cardstock in because you get that real rigidity from it. So it has got a little bit of odour because it is a solvent glue, but it's something you get used to, and personally I don't mind that. I'm not that I'm into sort of sitting and sniffing the glue bottle, but I don't mind. Same as the gilding wax, it's got a bit of an odour to it. It doesn't bother me at all. Maybe it's because my sense of smell's not very strong, but yeah, just use it in a ventilated room and you're absolutely fine.
And one final question before we move on. Charlotte says, Jan, question. Tell me what you think about me. No, she doesn't say that. It says, question. Can anything be put on a watercolour card so a wet finger won't ruin the card?
Anything on a watercolour card? We actually do a spray varnish. Let me just have a look downstairs and see if I've got one.
Oh, just going into the cellar.
Yeah, I don't think I have under here, but it comes in the same idea as the glues that we have, the adhesives. Now it depends where you're situated. I know in the States, I'm not sure whether we've got the spray and shine available, but yeah, it's in a green, it's got a green lid and a green sticker on it, and it's called Spray and Shine. Okay. And it's like a varnish in an aerosol, so just a quick mist of that over it should set it. If you haven't got that, little bit of hairspray. You can do the spritz and waft with the hairspray like we did with the water. Alternatively, there are other products out there on the market that are not made by us that will do that seal as well. So yeah, there's plenty of things out there, but I get where you're at. The last thing you want when you've gone to all that time and effort is that wet finger in it and it start to budge everything. So yeah, a nice sort of seal over the top of it will just finish it off.
Excellent stuff. I love that little mini question and answer session with Jan
absolutely.
There. Any more questions you want to get in before the end of the show? You've got about 25 minutes or so. We will come back in just a second. Lots of you still chatting about the booklet. Look at the picture. Look at the picture of Sara on the front. On the front of what? What are you talking? I don't know what you're going on about. What are you on about? I mean, seriously. I'll leave you to chat about that, something which I don't know anything about, can't confirm or deny anything. Thank you for that, Adam. And whilst you chat amongst yourselves, also let's give you some time to check out. All right, John, to check out your baskets. Here you go.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Yeah. Oh, we're back. Oh, that was sorry. I didn't hear you, Adam. Oh, that's why. Sorry, Adam normally counts us down out of an ad break, but he didn't have his finger down the button. So we're just chatting away, talking about eating cheese. What are you having for your tea? I was sort of saying, I might stop and have a takeaway on the way home. Yeah, Jan was admiring John's handiwork in the studio. He's putting up a few bits and pieces, and I was thinking, we must be having another advert here. No, we're just straight back in. Yes, I might be having a takeaway. Jan loves cheese, and John is doing some DIY. Good, and now you're up to date. Laura Jane says, I was trying so hard not to buy anything else until I made some space in the craft room, but oh my, that booklet. What booklet? And one question just very quickly before we move on to get the demo of the show vote going. Khaki Blue wants to know, will embossing folders curl in the manual machines?
Well, no, they shouldn't do. No, because you've got the rigidity of the two plates. All right, so even though there's phenomenal pressure in our Geminis, the two clear plates should prevent them from curving. If for any reason you do get that, all I would do would be flip it over the next time you put it through, so it's actually going back the other way again, and it should keep it kind of straight. But I've never experienced that, and my Gemini at home is very keen. Even though it's several years old now, it's my original one, it is very keen. It's got a lot of pressure in there. It just can't wait to get going every time I use it, yeah, even though, as I say, I've had it a few years now, and it gets used a lot, trust me. But yeah, I've never had any issues with them curling. Yeah.
And Patricia on Facebook says, Ben, we heard Adam. Lol. Maybe you heard John.
Yeah.
Well, if you heard Adam, why didn't you tell me we were coming to the end of the ad break? Then I'd have known to have started talking. You should have told me. Good job. We were just talking about cheese and takeaways, wasn't it? It could have been a lot worse. Let us have a look at all of Jan's demos from this show, because we need to get you voting for the demo of the show, because we've got the demo of the day vote to do as well. So Jan, can you please refresh our memories as to the lovely makes you've done in the show?
Thank you. Yes, at the top of the show then we started off with that watercolour collection, and we made our own sort of faux embossing with the snowflakes there, just dusted them with a little bit of ink, decorated that inside to match. So that was number one up at the top of the show. Then we went to the brush sentiments, and we went to the everyday collection and did the thank you so very much on our easel card, was number 2. Number 3, we stayed with that easel card design, and we did the numbers and stencils, and we made the number 2 for a happy birthday. So even though it's number 2 on it, this is actually project number 3. And then we've just done the happy holidays for the little gift box for Christmas there, for you to pop any treats inside. So that was number 4. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 or 4 this evening.
All right, you've got a little bit longer. Let's give you 5 minutes to get your votes in on that, and then we will do the demo of the day. One thing which is also proving really, really popular this evening is the Hero Turn. It's the Totally Tiffany Buddy Bag Collection. You're going to get 5. I've actually only got 4 in the studio because Katya's gone on holiday. Thankfully, we did manage to snap a picture of her before she left, but we can show you 4 of the 5 that you're going to get. So, Teresa, and you'll know if you have already got Totally Tiffany storage, how great these bags are, because there's kind of bags of all different shapes and sizes for all of the different crafting tools that you've got. So in here, Teresa, We've got loads of our little pots of glitter, and each one, of course, you've got your little handle for carrying, or if you've got this up on the shelf, it makes it nice and easy to get off the shelf when you want it. You've got your hook and mesh system on all of those as well to keep everything nice and safe, so if you are transporting them, they're not going to fall out. And within each and every one as well, you've got your little sort of plastic pocket, if you like, in the inside to keep everything nice and safe. So that's Teresa, super handy, as we said, for smaller pots like your glitters, for example. Also, as Jan was pointing out earlier on, not just craft, think out of the box just a little bit here as to how these might be useful for other bits and pieces in your life in general. Shelley, again, a little bit wider. Sorry, Shelley. Shelley's a little bit. She's a little. She is. Look at Teresa. She's tall, slim. Shelley, a little bit shorter, a little bit wider. But the great thing is you can fit in. You can fit in some of your bigger pots. So we've put in here all 5 of our gilding waxes. You'll definitely get another one in there as well. You've got the little plastic container in there as well to keep everything nice and safe. Moving swiftly on to Shelley, and again, really cool if you've got kind of your tools to store in there, things like your rulers you could pop in. I mean, it's entirely up to you whatever you put in these. They're all see-through, they're all white clean as well, all nice and super sturdy for you too, and they're just great for getting everything in order. The last one that I have here in the studio for the moment is Barbara. 2 containers inside Barbara, again, so you can separate everything up and kind of compartmentalize it. We've got some of our inks in there and our ink pads as well, but it's just a great way to get everything nice and tidy. I also like, as I say, the fact that if your inks or anything like that do run it, it's not the end of the world. You can wipe these clean should you want to. All got the carry handles. And just a great way, as I say, to get organised. You will get one more bag within this bundle. Katia, if you go from... Well, Katia's one up from the bottom on the right-hand side, basically, but you get all 5 of them in this collection. It should be almost £28 or just over $40. Everyone saves a quarter. Platinum members get another 20% off, so that is £16 or $24, and that is the price for the next 24 hours or whilst stocks last. Gilmore on YouTube says Shelley is full-figured. That's probably a better way to describe it. Thank you, Gilmore. Marcia says, you guys make my day. You can always count on you for a smile/laugh. Thank you. 3 purple hearts. Oh, are we doing one more demo? Yes. Before we do that, we've got the result of the demo of the show already. Yeah. Do you want to do it? Yeah. And then we can do the demo of the day?
Yep, that's fine.
What do you reckon's one?
I know which one I like, but...
Which one?
I like number 1.
Well, you'll be pleased to know everyone agrees with you.
Yeah, with the faux embossing, yeah. I must admit, I like that one. It's a little bit different. So, yeah, thank you very much there. So that one's going to go in with the 2 slimline folders, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like we're massively ahead of time today. This never happens. We're always late. Well, I am always late and last minute, so I feel very accomplished tonight that we're doing this in good time. So, demo of the day. You can have card number 1, which... Jan made earlier on a wake-up call with the brand new slimline cut and emboss folders. That's really cute. Little shaker card with the hearts there. Number 2 was the card which Jan made. I really like this one during, what was the show? Oh, launch day, of course. It feels like we've been here about 3 days.
Feels ages ago.
Yeah, so that's the launch day card. Beautiful. That's number 2. And then number 3 is the one that Jan's got just over the other side of the studio,
so we
which you
did
just
that lovely
for.
sort of faux embossing with the snowflakes on that one for number 3, and that was from that lovely Watercolour Christmas. That
is gonna be a tough vote. 1, 2 or 3. Get voting now. You've got 10 minutes to make your mind up on that. So fire away. Right, very quickly, let me remind you of the numbers which are proving really popular. Let me put you down here, girls. Hang on. The numbers proving really popular. I think people are seeing the kind of value for money in these, but also how great it is to have a set of numbers at your disposal. So then, you think about, I would imagine like the majority of cards that you make through a year, probably kind of birthday focused, anniversary focused, and chances are you will want numbers at some point. These are all of them, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Nice size on these 2, and as we've discussed, the dies also come with a stencil which is brilliant. If you saw the demo with Jan just a few moments ago, it allows you to create the mats and layers nice and easily. And again, the reason for having the stencil in there, of course, is just to drive that cost down for you. So it makes it a really, really affordable bundle. You know, normally £80, $130, but you can get these all today for £44 or $68 if you're platinum. Just recently back in stock. So if you have been waiting for them, really, really nice size statement numbers with that stencil there as well to create the mats and layers. And lots of you have been enjoying these, so let's have one final demo and have a look at these in action.
Yeah, so what I thought I'd do with this one is show you how to use the stencil to make that card blank in the shape of the number. So I've taken out, we're going to do sort of 21 with this one. So eventually we'll have this, the top section will be the die cut pieces for the 21. And I've done some of the cutting already for you. But I wanted to go back to the stencils. And what I'm going to do, I've got a piece of A4 cardstock. This is our matte black card. And I've just literally scored it in half and folded it. Now I want my join to be on the top, so it's like a tent fold card. If you want your numbers to be long ways with the join at the left, you just need to have the length of your card this way. So literally going to pop them that, and just like we do when we're using a die, we sort of pop it over the top of the card. So here at the back you can just see where I've got part of the stencil overhanging the back of the card there.
Okay.
And I'm going to work in that last track. So not the external part. You can use the outside to make like a third layer, but I'm just going to work in that last track. So what I want to do is make sure that those two top pieces here, if I just put, let me put another piece of black underneath it so that you can see here. That's not helped, has it? It's getting, stop laughing at me. Honestly, they're
sorry, the
laughing
Chuckle
at my
Brothers
ear
in the
again.
gallery tonight.
You can see there, look, that we've just got that little bit overhanging at the top. And then I want to fit them both on together. So I'm just going to make sure that we've got room, and I'm just going to overlap them slightly, because if I cut them separately, we're going to cut up the middle and you're going to have two pieces. So what I'm going to do is overlap them and then stick them down so that I can actually use them without worrying about moving them. So again, I've got that top section just popped over the top, and then we will literally stick them into place so that I can do those lines without worrying about it jumping about and moving. So again, we'll pop a little bit in the middle there. And then again, take your pencil, and I'm just going to follow the track now on that outside layer with the pencil all the way round. So again, just like we did before when we did the single number, but when I get to the middle here, I'm going to stop, because then I want to go over straight into the second number, or the first number in this case. Okay, and then take this one round the edge on that. Make sure you stay in the same sort of track. If you start in that outside one, stick to it all the way round. I'm going to miss the bit here that's hanging off the edge, come back to the two again, and then when I get to here, I want to leave this part, so I'm going to go back across and literally take it back round to where I started at the middle. I'm also just going to cut a little space in the middle here where the gap is. Okay, and then we can take the stencils away. They've done the job that I needed them to do. Pop those out of the way, and then you're literally going to cut round the external part here all the way around the edge of it. And there's one that you can see here where I've gone a step further and cut that central piece out with my craft knife. So this was the little area in the middle that we had here.
Yes.
Can you guys see that okay?
Just about. When you fit there you go.
Yeah, you can see there where I'm looking. So again, we've cut that middle piece out, and then when you take it to the rest of it, we're going to cut round the outside as well. But I've still got that fold intact, so that when we open it, we've got our tent fold on the top, and it will stand up to create you the background of the 21. Okay, so then I've taken some extra cardstock and I've gone with some of the Centura Pearl for the next layer. And if you've not seen the demo earlier, if you just skip back and have a look at the demo where we made the number 2, I showed you how to do these mats and layers just by simply popping your stencil down, and this layer was the inside track.
Yes.
So I've literally gone round the inside one, cut them out with the scissors, which they're nice, easy shapes, they're not difficult. And I've done the same again, and what that does is allow you to make that perfect matten layer to fit on the inside here.
Aisha's just said, Jan, could you emboss these then cut?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you could do rather than drawing round them, do you mean?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you could pop that once you've got those stuck on, yeah, pop them on with your embossing mat, and they're very, very thin. You would only get a faint outline. I find it easy to use the pencil,
yeah, exactly right,
and do the cutting, yeah. And then again, with the numbers, these work just the same as a normal metal die, and I've gone and cut those out of some decorative paper, literally to give you the 2 numbers there from the dies. All I've done is with my black pen, just done like a little faux stitching line around the edge, and then all there is for us to do is pop that together, and you're creating sort of a shaped die. And I think this is where these come into their own. You know, if you just want to make the one with the number on the front, absolutely fine. But when you start making these as a shaped card, again, you know, you would struggle. I've not seen anything like this in the shops at all. So if you're wanting to buy something like this, I think it does prove much more difficult, especially like we said, for those birthdays, they're not an obvious. I know we've gone for 21 here, but like we said, what was it, 27, Ben, your age?
27
if we're doing
next
a 27 for Ben next year, then I think you'd struggle to find those sort of not so normal milestone birthdays.
But also, like you said, you know, you've got the ability, even if you could find them, maybe it wouldn't be to the taste or the colour that you would want to give to that particular person. You can go for it. You know, if you whoever you're making for's got a favourite colour. Yeah. You saw that one where we'd cut the hessian out of for the top of it. You know, the metal dies will cut through fabrics. So you know, if you wanted to put felt numbers on the top, you could have a go with that. So many different ways of doing it. And again, just embellish to your heart's content. So depending on who it's for, as to what kind of embellishments you pop on there. I've just kept this one simple. I'm going to go with a little celebrate, and I've just cut some stars out to help with the decoration, and I'm just going to flick, because it's smaller areas, I'm just going to go to my little fine applicator there, and this is the tacky glue, which will work just the same. It's just that it's a smaller area, so we're going to have one of them on there like so. I'm going to put a second black one at the bottom there, so I'm going to have that one in there. We'll put that one down there, and then I'm just going to raise that one. I'm going to see if I've got I think I've got a couple of little foam pads left for the back there, and I've got a foam pad on that one, so we'll get these last 2 on. But I say, you know, however you want to embellish. I always say embellishments is quite a personal thing, I think, depending on who you're making your design for. So again, I've just raised that last little star up there to go on the top with it. However you want to do that, you can add some bling to there if you want, you can add some ribbon. And again, you know, if you think, well, where am I going to write, Jan? So again, you've got the option of using your metallic markers to write, your glitter markers, or if not, if you want to pop a matte and layer in, you know, you can use your stencil again on some white card, do that in a track and pop a white piece on each side. You've got the perfect place to write your message if you want to just, you know, use an ordinary pen on there. So if I turn you that one round, you can see that we've got the shape of the actual numbers there, and you know, that could be anything. It could be any birthday you wish. Fantastic, and a great way to wrap up the show actually. If you want to go for the full collection, it's available for you. All the numbers back in stock, so you 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so you are literally able to cater for whatever age birthday it might be, to cater for whatever anniversary it may be. And again, isn't it great that you've got those larger numbers? So again, they measure by, what is it, 3.7 by 4 inches, the dies, and the stencil's 4.9 by 5.2. So again, you've got the ability to be able to create the mats and layers to go with those as well. Super versatile. And actually, lots of you in the comments, including Cheryl, just saying, I have these numbers. They are so cool. Really nice price today as well. £44, $68 if you're platinum. So pick those up whilst we still have them available for you. The brush letter stamps, let me quickly grab those for you as well. These are proving really popular. Also, lovely collection. Best priced yet on these, of course. All 16 elements in total, allowing for you to be able to create some really beautiful sentiments. And again, when you've got a collection like this, I think this really does put your sentiment at the sort of forefront of your card. You know, normally maybe you have an image or a particular design, and the sentiment's almost like, you know, the sort of second player, if you like. But when you've got a set like this, these can go at the forefront of all of your projects to create some really, really beautiful designs. And as we've said, the great thing is some of these you can actually interchange the actual main sentiment and then the brush lettering option as well to create different sentiments too. £35.79 or $44.58 is the platinum price on those. And just very quick, we can do the, yes, very quickly. We'll just give you the details on the Watercolor Christmas bundle as well, because that has proved really popular. I haven't got time to go through all of the boards, but you can see everything that you are going to get here. Stamp and die set, stamps on their own. You've got your acetate, you've got vellum, you've got your 3D die cut toppers in there, your faux snow. You've also got your tricolour pens. There is so much. It's a huge bundle. Best way to get it, of course, is to go for the bundle. You're making the best saving with it. There are individual options available for you as well, should you wish to go that way. Right then, Patricia says, look at how quiet the chat has gone with all of us now not talking about you know what. What were you talking about, Patricia? I don't even know what I have no idea.
It's been get in on the act, aren't we?
We don't. I mean, demo of the show, demo of the day rather. What do you reckon? 1, 2, or Jan's 3? What do you reckon, Jan?
I'm not sure. I would like to choose amongst those ones. I love those new slimline folders. I think possibly number 2.
Tony thinks 1. 2 wins.
Yeah, the evil card. Yeah,
beautiful.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys.
Well done. That will go up onto our Crafty Walk of Fame, and you could be voting for that as your demo of the week on Sunday. You're back tomorrow, aren't you, Jan?
I am back tomorrow. Yes, I'm back at 3 o'clock with that stamping special. So masterclass, all just literally about stamping, about the different types of stamps, the different types of inks, the cards. So we're going to take it right back to basics again. And then I am back at 7 o'clock with Cartload again.
Looking
some fantastic bargains on there.
It's going to be brilliant. Looking forward to that. Of course, Joe will be back in the house as well. So make sure you tune in. I will be back with you on Monday. Apparently, there's something going on, isn't there? There's something going on. Something happening. I'm not quite sure. There's a booklet or something floating around. You might find out more about it. Go on Facebook. I don't know. Have a brilliant rest of your day. Thank you to all of the team here. Thank you to Jan. Thank you to you for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.